From the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, WHCS Channel 5 presents Group AAA State Basketball Semifinals. The Bethel Bruins versus the Woodbridge Vikings. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole, along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to University Hall, a rapidly filling University Hall, for this semifinal battle between the Bethel Bruins at 26-3, number 2 in the state, and the Woodbridge Vikings, 25-2, ranked number 6 in the state. Before we get to our pregame discussions, right now I'd like to turn it over to my co-announcer, Bob Hintz. He has a special guest, assistant coach Findolph Taylor. Bob?
Thanks, Tim. I got Coach Taylor. Coach, you've been at Bethel for 20 years. You've been working basketball for 20 years. I know you're very excited about this team, but you're the one that helps with the defense. Tell me a little bit about what you do for defensively for these Bruins.
First of all, we have to get the kids to buy into the philosophy that defense is going to win the ball game, and the kids have bought into that concept. And we go to the premises that if we can put pressure from baseline to baseline and double, we can get some quick turnovers, and that seems to get the kids going because it gives them an opportunity to get the good dunks and showboat a little bit.
Okay. Now, one thing I wanted, when I was coaching over there with you, we didn't have ninth graders. They were in the junior high. Having the ninth graders at the high school, has that helped the program?
Yes, it has. Because now you got an opportunity to work with a kid for 4 years as opposed to 3, whereas the freshman year you can use to try to get them to your system, start working on skills and those types of things.
Well, listen, Findolph, we want to say good luck tonight, and I'm going to call you my money man because you're my money man, and you're going to bring it home tonight.
Well, hopefully we will, Coach, and you're the one that got me into this.
Thanks, Coach. Let's go back over to Tim.
All right, okay. Bob, thank you, Findolph, for those words. And, you know, the keys to this victory for the Bethel Bruins, having talked to a lot of the people around Bethel, they've got to create the tempo in this game. Bethel has to control the tempo. They need to set the tempo. The Woodbridge team likes to play a very deliberate game. They're going to try and keep you from running the ball, try and prevent Bethel from the transition game. Of course, those of you who watch the Bethel Bruins on a regular basis know that the Bruins like to run with the ball. They like to move the ball up and down the court. And this Woodbridge team is a team that can try and slow you down in that capacity. These two teams are very similar in their physical makeup. The Bruins really don't have any players that play regularly that exceed 6'4", maybe 6'3" as a rule. Woodbridge, very much the same. They don't even carry anyone on their squad taller than 6'4". So we're going to look for a quickness on both of these teams, well, I would assume.
Tim, and one of the things you're going to find out about this Viking team is that all of them are scoring. They have an 18-point by Keys, and then you got 8, 11, 8, and 10. So you got real balanced scoring here, where you look at the Bruins, and the bulk of your scoring is going to come from 2 people. Occasionally you'll see Kelly Rogers step up, Dante Travis. They have people that can score, but we may see some defense like box and 1, triangle and 2. We may see some junk out there tonight.
In the playoffs, and Gary Moore, our statistician, was very kind in sharing these statistics with me, but the Bruins, just to bring you up to date how they're doing, they're shooting about 45% as a team, while their opponents are being held to 42.7. The other difference is steals. The Bruins averaging 11 steals a game to the opponent's 1 steal per game. Now, rebounding, where you get into a situation where basically Bethel has played against taller opponents, the Bruins are being out-rebounded 90 to 83 as an overall playoff picture. But, you know.
Well, one thing I wanted to bring up, if you look at one of your statistics, you'll see steals and assists for Allen Iverson. This number 10, Brian Dunlap, for the point guard, has averaged almost a little over 10 and a half assists a game. That's a big message to the Bruins that they've got to be aware how well this young man evidently can pass the ball.
Another factor here, too, of course, this is the first time for the Bruins to be here, and this is also the Vikings' first trip.
That's correct.
So both of these teams may be a little tight, a little nervous playing in the very spacious University Hall here. But this Viking team, as well as the Bruins, but specifically the Vikings, are a very young team. They have only 1 senior on the entire squad.
Right.
They have 7 returning juniors, 2 sophomore, and they play 2 freshmen, or at least they have 2 freshmen on the squad. So both of these teams, again, their similarities start jumping out at you.
Well, and look at the colors.
Teams.
Green and gold.
Yeah.
I mean, the similarities all the way down the end.
Well, the Bruins got here by winning in that snowy late game flurry, if you will, no pun intended, last week in Richmond. Woodbridge got here by defeating South Lakes in 2 overtimes, and they are the Northern Region runners-up. Right now we're having the introduction of the players. Aries Early for the Bethel Bruins is the first player to be introduced. Kelly Rogers, number 12, averaging almost 10 points a game. Dante Travis, number 23. Tony Rutland and Bubba Chuck. Allen Iverson to round out the starting 5 for Mike Bailey's 26-3 Bruins with 18 consecutive victories coming into this game. Brian Dunlap, the first player for Woodbridge to be introduced. He's a 5'11 junior.
Team center, a junior, 44, Damian Keys.
Jason Demery, the second young man. Damian Keys, number 44, averaging almost 19 points a game.
There's a senior, number 34, Marcus Diggs.
Marcus Diggs, 6'3", averaging better than 10 points a game. And Spencer Mallard is the final introductee. Will Robinson in his 8th season, 169 victories and 45 defeats for Coach Will Robinson.
Tim, before we get into the game, we will pick a player from the Bethel Bruins tonight as our DC Engraving Sports Place Player of the Game. That individual will receive a shirt and a plaque. The plaque comes from DC Engraving located at Tabb Square in York County. Dave Buckwalter out there. The shirt comes from Dave Chubb down at the sports place located in Hampton Woods Plaza. You see the game officials, Gary Stone, Gene Harrison, and Reggie Puff.
Gary Stone will be
Dragon.
the referee.
I don't know if that's the Magic Dragon or whatever. But anyway, I'm ready.
Oh, I'm ready
I
too.
had to take my coat off. It's warmed up.
Good. I'm glad you set that precedent. It is rather warm here at University Hall. A very cool, crisp day in Charlottesville. We're happy to say the weather has calmed down after last weekend's blizzard. Thank goodness this game wasn't scheduled last weekend, or we would have had severe weather problems. Green and gold are the colors for each of the squads. The Bruins have drawn the position of being the home team, so they'll be in the gold with the white numerals, and the tap is controlled by the Bethel Bruins. This is Allen Iverson.
And it looks like they're going to double team him, Tim.
Almost threw it away. Dante Travis chased it down in the corner. Kick it out for Tony Rutland. Rutland with a good step to the left, put it up and in.
And he gets off good. He's a good streak shooter.
Full court pressure being applied by the Bruins, and the Vikings having a little difficulty with it. In fact, they're going to turn it over right through the hands of Damian Keys.
This is what Coach Taylor, Findolf Taylor, said. They want the defense to dictate the tempo, and that's exactly what you want. You want to cause turnovers.
I don't know that you could hear my comments after you spoke with Findolf, but that was where they were. Is controlling the tempo of this game is going to be very crucial for the Bruins, I believe. This is Aries Early. He spots Kelly Rogers. Rogers gives to Dante Travis. Travis with a left-handed dribble, put it up, no good. And the ball tipped and finally controlled by Brian Dunlap of Woodbridge. The Vikings will bring it up rather deliberately. Dunlap is picked up at center court by Allen Iverson.
You will see them sometimes pass the ball 8, 9, 10 times before they take a shot. They're very deliberate.
Just underway, 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. There is no shot clock. And the ball stolen by Iverson. Iverson tripped up on the way to the basket. He will not get an opportunity to shoot.
That might not have been a real bad foul because he was definitely going to get 2. He will not shoot. They get the ball out of bounds.
So this will be a player control foul. It'll inbounds it under their basket, and the Bruins will retain possession, leading 2-0. Kelly Rogers, after a quick visit at the bench, returns. This is Travis. Travis with the shot, got it. And that's real important because Travis played a good game last week, but was short on his shots. And if he can get off well, this will really help the Bruins.
Yeah, because he always plays great defense, but offensively he struggled in the quarterfinals.
Bruins up 4-0. Woodbridge, they got the easy basket, and the foul will be called. A good move to the hoop by Damian Keys.
So there was a switch, nobody picked up Keys. He just went right on in. Keys is the one that's averaging just under 19 points a game. He's 6'4", just a junior. You commented about these young men. There's only one senior on the floor for the Woodbridge, and that's Marcus Diggs, number 34.
Chance for the three-point play here for Keys. Kelly Rogers called for the personal foul. Keys hits the free throw, and the Bruin lead is 1. A little more than 6 minutes. The alley-oop, it doesn't work as Iverson didn't get there in time. The ball pretty close to the rim. That's that alley-oop play that the Bruin fans have come to know and love. They looped that ball up there, and the ball just a little too strong that time. And a reach-in foul. This will be whistled down on Aries Early. That'll be his first. That'll be the team's second team foul. And another player control foul with 6:06 to go.
His first foul, the second team foul.
Again, the Bruins applying full court pressure. And then back off as the Vikings get to midcourt. First trip to the state semifinals for Woodbridge. And/or, for that matter, the Bethel Bruins. Down low to Keys. And we've got another foul underneath.
And Allen Iverson came down real hard on the last play.
Couple of Bruin players down hard.
Called on Rutland, number 4.
Tony Rutland is charged with the personal foul. So a couple of Bruins went down heavily on that play, and Keys will return. Here's your replay. This is the good block on the play. Iverson with the block, and then you saw the follow-up shot. Keys, they're not blocking him out, and they're going to have to do that. Keys gets the roll. So Keys has 4, and we're tied at 4. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz bring you the semifinals from Charlottesville. The game videotaped on the 19th of March, 1993. And Keys perfect at 3 attempts now from the free throw line, and Woodbridge with a 1-point lead. Bubachuk drives, dishes off, or at least tries to get the ball inside for Rogers, and they were able to do so. Dante Travis with the steal. Corner, Rutland for 3, no good. Ball tipped out and chased down again by Travis. Iverson, and a blocking foul will be charged to Brian Dunlap. As he did a pretty good job of getting position, but
he really did. He was still sliding over evidently as far as the official was concerned, but that was good defense. And they're going to play Allen tight. When he doesn't have the ball, they're going to try to deny the ball to him as we get a good shot of the Bethel bench and some of the the Woodbridge bench.
Rutland turnaround jumper a little too long. Kelly Rogers chases down that long rebound. Travis looks, dishes to Rogers. Rogers a little short, tipped by Rutland, no good. And Rogers had it but lost it. And back come Woodbridge. They've got Keys down the court, but a 4-man drop by the Bruins on defense. .437 left in the first. 5-4 Woodbridge. Iverson, and then Iverson was pushed.
Oh, wow.
Iverson knocked the ball away and then received a forearm to the ribs for his effort, and no foul was called, and they award the ball to Woodbridge. Interesting no call.
Evidently, he figured the ball went out of bounds before the foul.
Give and go. Rutland blocked the shot, but it went out of bounds.
Tony is kind of walking gingerly. He hurt his back in the last game, and he took a big spill on the floor. One other defensively timed down here.
Keys for the easy basket. They've found him now for all 7 of Woodbridge's points.
You can't let him do that to you.
Iverson with a pick for 3. No. Ball loose. Rogers with the stick back.
Kelly Rogers is so smart defensively, rebounded.
And Rutland called for his second personal foul here in the first quarter. Gambling on defense, but it costs him dearly. So Mike Bailey has to talk to Rutland, and he does. Needs to remind him that you just have to play more cautiously now with those 2. Only halfway through the first, and Rutland with 2 personals could be a big story later on. This is Brian Dunlap across the timeline. Ball almost stolen by Dante Travis. We got a basketball sandwich out of that. That's the second time someone's come real close. Oh, what a nice pass. Good feed and a block. And I believe Iverson will be called for the personal. That'll be his first.
No, it's on Aries early.
Foul on Travis.
On Travis, I'm sorry.
His first foul. 15 foul.
Dante Travis, 23, not 3. That's the 15th foul, but here's the replay. And again, look at this over-your-head pass. Good job to get over on defense by Travis, and then he committed the foul. At the free throw line will be Spencer Mallard, and Mallard misses the first of 2. 3:46 remaining in a relatively low-scoring first quarter. Certainly low-scoring in the standards of Bruins basketball. And Mallard hits the second to give a 2-point lead to Woodbridge. Dante Travis strong to the hoop, and a foul will be called. Blocking foul.
Nice pass by Allen Iverson to see that opening.
Foul is charged to Marcus Diggs. That'll be his first.
Good to see Dante, Tim, being very aggressive offensively.
They had a tough shooting night last Saturday night in Richmond, and he could have come out a little more timidly. Here you see it, and a good call by the officials as he was still moving over to get that blocking position. Marcus Diggs not set, and therefore the call for the defensive block. Travis misses the first of 2. Good look at young Dante Travis. Having to face the Viking fans in the end zone, and that can be a little disruptive when you're not used to having someone behind the glass. There's some high school basketball, you don't have seats in the end zone.
You're going to find that rim down at that end. If you don't hit it dead center, she bounces off. You're not going to get a kind bounce on that rim as you will on this one.
And we've got a foul. This one will be charged. Just about got a T was Damian Keys, his first. So Keys with a push. And boy, you know what? The referee almost went to that world famous T. You know that T you've seen before, Bob?
Yes, sir. I've seen that look before.
But a cool head prevailed. So the turnover on the foul gives the ball back to the Bruins. Bruins trying to get untracked offensively. Inside it goes to Kelly Rogers. Rogers dishes, gives to Aries early. Basket counts and he's fouled.
Nice pass, give and go by Early and Rogers. Great job.
Foul is on Dunlap. That's his second foul.
And Brian Dunlap picks up his second personal foul.
25 in the line.
Aries early will go to the
watch
free throw
this.
line.
Watch the pass to Kelly right here. Nice move, going strong, and no doubt about the foul.
And back to the live action. Aries
And we got a
early.
steal.
Oh, that was close to basket interference.
And again, that's that basket I'm talking about. I watched the 2 earlier games, the AA semifinals, Tim, and if that ball will bounce out of that, and I was telling Gary Moore, if I'm going to play this game, I want that basket the first half, not the second half.
And Dunlap returns the favor.
And that's 3 on
Rutland
Tony.
has 3. Oh my goodness. He's going to have to pull Rutland, and that is a huge call.
Foul is on Rutland.
Dunlap returned the favor, brought it down, scored, drew the foul. Gives the Vikings a 1-point lead, a chance for the 3-point play, and now Rutland will have to come out of the ballgame, and doubtful we'll see him again till the second half.
Yeah, well, you still got just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. You're right.
One shot.
Marcus Mackey, number 33, is a good ball player, but he's no shooter compared to Tony.
Dunlap completes the 3-point play and gives Woodbridge a 2-point lead. So Rutland,
they're going to play Allen.
Rutland with his 22 points or 21 points a game on the bench now. Iverson has not hit from outside yet. He averages 32 points a game. Drive no good. Rebound by Keys. Up and too strong and lost out of bounds. Last touch by Woodbridge. Boy, Keys gets good position underneath that basket.
And he's a wide body, Tim. I don't what his height or his weight is, but he is he'd make a good tight end. Kyle Zalowski would have him out on the football field.
Iverson will pump it up. No good still. Ball knocked away, but finally controlled by Woodbridge. They want to run with the ball. This is something they don't do much of. For 3, hit it. Jason DeMary for 3. And a 5-point Woodbridge lead, their biggest. Bubachuk yet to hit. No scoring so far for Iverson. Iverson continues to shoot, and he will finally hit.
Allen Iverson.
The lead is 3 for Woodbridge. Big set on Iverson. Pretty good one, too. Woodbridge wants to work it inside. They do. Keys has it ripped in and out, and they'll say it belongs to Woodbridge. I'm telling you, Woodbridge gets Keys in those positions, and they're going to have an easy time of it because they're really getting the mark off on Bethel. He's had it, lost it, but Woodbridge retains possession. This is Dunlap for Mallard. DeMary, and a foul will be called on Aries early. That'll be his second.
And they're 1-1 already.
That's his second foul.
Very, very quick 1-1. The last game they let all kinds of contact and muggins go on. This game they're calling everything.
At the line, number 34, Marcus Diggs.
Aries early with 2 will come out, and in his place will come Lovett Gaither. Again, this Mike Bailey's team has good bench. And it's going to be tested right now with Rutland on the bench with 3 and Aries early, one of the better rebounders on the Bruins team, with 2. Missed free throw, but the offensive rebound. And Damian Keys has 9.
He is ruling the basket underneath there. 5-point lead.
Bubachuk for 3. No, just a 2. Must have been on the line for 2. That's 4 points for Allen Iverson. And again, a pretty good pick set on him as he gets across the timeline on defense. This is Keys outside where the Bruins would like to keep him.
Well, and they're going to hold the ball, make the Bruins come out play him. There's 37 seconds to go. They're going to try to hold it for the last shot.
Bruins do come out. Half a minute to go in the first. 20 seconds. And stolen by Bubachuk. He turns Dunlap around and then has the ball stripped away. Good defensive play by Woodbridge with 6 seconds remaining. And coming in for the Bruins, Melvin Stevens, number 44. Bruins have 6 seconds with a 3-point deficit here in the first period. Group AAA state semifinals. Good look at Mike Bailey. Terrific year the Bruins are having, 26-3 coming into this contest. They throw the ball all the way back to the back court. I don't know that Bubba Kachuk knows that they're down to 1 second. And blocked, the shot blocked at the buzzer. So the Bruins find themselves in a very unusual position, and that is trailing after one.
Well,
16-13.
One of the things that's hurting the Bruins right now is every time Allen comes across the ball, they got a man on him, and they're bringing one of the men underneath the basket up to help double team him. Usually you can spot Tony Rutland and get some shots off. Tony's got 3 fouls. Will be sitting out probably the rest of this first half. He's got to start getting some scores from other people, getting the ball inside. The Bruins only down 3. There's no panic. But if they can cause some defensive turnovers and make some easy baskets on their defense, that'll definitely help.
Bethel hitting just 37.5% in the first quarter, 6 of 16, 1 of 3 from the from the free throw line rather, 0 for 4 from 3-point range. The Woodbridge team, on the other hand, 5 of 10 for 50%. They're 1 of 1 for 3-pointers and 5 of 7 from the free throw line. As you watch action from late in the first period. Keys with 9 points to lead his team. Rebounders, Rogers with 3. Iverson leads the Bruins with 4 points after 1. Well below an average where he hits at a 32 points per game pace. Bruins with foul trouble. Tony Rutland down with 3.
But the Bruins are also allowing the Woodbridge to be in the 1-and-1, Tim. And I tell you, Keys just gets under the basket.
They're going to have to deny the ball to Keys. They're going to have to make that adjustment. They can't trade baskets when you're down by 5. Iverson penetrates, dishes off, underneath the hoop, in and out. A strong effort by the Bruins. That was Marcus Mackey, but it went halfway down and then kicked back out. Corner shot, no good. Rebound for Dante Travis. Travis wants to get the ball to Iverson. Iverson is shadowed. Heavy contact in the back court between Mallard and Iverson.
Basket is good. 22 for Bethel. Gauther.
Gaither got that nice inside pass from Travis.
Let's keep an eye on Mallard and Iverson. They have heavy contact a minute ago. And again, Keys underneath. This time is double teamed. Gets his own rebound and puts it back in nonetheless. 13 points for Keys here in the first half.
Allen's getting a little frustrated, and that's not good.
Allen from 3-point range, no good. Keys with the rebound. This is Dunlap, guarded by Iverson. Mallard to DeMary. Penetration, easy basket. Marcus Diggs for 2.
Right now, I tell you, the Woodbridge Vikings are really demonstrating their offense, and they are running it at will against the Bruins defense right now.
Right now, the defense for the Bruins is not doing well. Ball knocked away by Dunlap.
No, it just slipped out of Dante's hand, Tim. I don't think anybody hit it.
And I believe Mike Bailey has called timeout.
While we have this timeout again, we want to mention that we will pick a DC Engraving Sports Place Player of the Game for the Bethel Bruins tonight. We'll receive a plaque and a shirt. The plaque comes from Tab Square at DC Engraving at Tab Square. Dave Buckwalter out there. The shirt comes from the Sports Place located at Hampton Woods Plaza on Big Bethel Road. Dave Chubb is a young man there.
5:53 remaining in the first period, the first half.
Well, right now, Damon Keys would get it if we were giving him one to the
hands down. He's got 13 points, and all of them have been inside. Here's a replay of action. There you saw Bubachuk and Mallard just before the pass to Lovett for the easy basket. But, and you know, you made a good point. Allen is getting a little bit frustrated because of his shot not going down and the tight defense being applied, but he's got to keep his head about it.
Yeah, and you can't get mad at the other ball players. I mean, if they throw the ball in and they make a mistake, hey, everybody's going to make mistakes. You just say, okay, let's go. Let's don't make it again. Let's learn from our mistakes. Right now, Bruins need to get their offensive heads in the game and start playing a little tougher defense.
Yeah, they've got to deny the ball to Keys. There's no two ways about it. I know Mike Bailey is the coach, and I don't need to tell him for a moment, but that's quite obvious. They've got to get Keys better covered, and the Bruins, to their benefit, are double taking him, but he's still getting the ball.
Well, he's not in there right now. He being Keys.
Keys is out. In fact, as you said, Gary Gouch, number 30, is in. And Dunlap with an easy hoop. Ryan Dunlap allowed to go right down the lane. Lead pass, Rogers, yes. Kelly Rogers from Allen Iverson. The Bruins will retaliate quickly, but again, they're down by a total of 7 points right now. And another easy pass underneath. 2 points. Mark it up for Gary Carr. Iverson for three. Allen Iverson warming up.
Could be 20. They got 19 to 26. I thought that was a three-pointer.
It was. And they will correct it at the scorer's table, I think. Yeah, they're trying to get the score changed, and for some reason they can't get it off.
There you go. The guy that was supposed to be doing it was wasn't paying attention to the official.
Ball belongs to Woodbridge.
Keys is back in now.
Bruins need some stops. Dunlap misses the easy shot. Rogers had the rebound. Iverson picks it up. Lubachuk for three. No good. Left side. Keys with the rebound. He is triple teamed. The Bruins, and we got a foul. This one will go against, I believe.
That was a late call.
Against Lubbock Gaither. That'll be Gaither's first. Bruins are over the limit for the balance of the first half. 5 team fouls against Woodbridge. Here's the replay. Well, you know, the block and the charge are the toughest call to make.
But, I mean, the call was, I'm not saying it was the wrong call. The whistle was blown way after the contact and the individual went down. There was a slow whistle.
Keys perfect from the free throw line. This time, however, misses. First time that he has misfired. Lead pass, and Dante Travis on the charge. His second. A good aggressive play nonetheless. It'll be just a possession call since he did not have control of the ball, or rather they didn't have control. Mackey is given the call, not Travis, so.
Yeah, it was Mackey that caught the ball.
Bruins need some stops. Trailing by 6. 4:25 to go in the first half. Tony Rutland, if you joined us late, picked up 3 fouls in the first period and has been sitting down ever since. Damian Keys again with the easy basket.
What a show he's putting on.
Iverson penetrates, put it up, no good, a little bit off balance. And the Vikings with a 3-on-1. Jason Demary. The lead is 10. 30-20. Kelly Rogers back to Iverson. Iverson pumps, shoots. No good. And the Bruins are getting just one shot.
Well, I tell you, I'm impressed with the Woodbridge Vikings defensive rebounds, Tim. You're right, the Bruins are getting one shot. I don't think but 1 or 2 offensive rebounds they've got this whole game.
And the Bruins are giving up too many easy baskets.
Very patient, this Woodbridge team.
Well, I just can't tell you enough, and those that follow the Bruins know Tony Rutland on the bench just kills you. He's easy basket.
That was on Travis.
Dante Travis, his second. 2:53 left in the half. The Bruins trailing by 12. Here's your replay. And they just make it look easy.
Timeout, Vikings.
So the Vikings call a timeout with 2:53 remaining. Recapping for you, if you joined us late, Allen Iverson got off to a slow start. He's hit a couple of baskets, including a three-pointer. He's got 7. Tony Rutland had 2 points early in the game, but he has ever since been on the bench with 3 personal fouls. He picked them up early in the first period, and of course could not afford to play really anymore during the first half. Although, looking back to last week in Richmond, Iverson played with 3 fouls from the second period on and never picked up his 4th. But the key to this game, and this was not a pun intended, Damian Keys has been there to the tune of 17 points, and 90% of those shots have come from inside of 3 feet. You know, you can't give up those kind of baskets, and I'm not picking on anyone in particular. The Bruins are hustling all over the court, but they've got to figure out a way to stop this.
But again, it's the patience of the Woodbridge team to get the ball into him in good position. Their entry passes are just excellent. He's had no problem getting the ball inside, down low, with his man on his hip, and he just goes up strong, and nobody's contesting him.
And looking back, if you will, to the Morey game when Joe Smith was doing all the scoring for Morey, difference there was the Bruins were able to retaliate with their own scoring. Right now they're having problems with Rutland, 21 points a game sitting on the bench. And Keys has only missed 1 time from the free throw line. He's got 18 of his team's 33. He himself has almost matched the scoring of the Bruins. Dante Travis, boy, would that be a big boost if he can get hot. He's got 4. Iverson picked in the back.
And he got a little forearm that time from number 42.
Looks a little bit like football, and of course, Iverson familiar with that sport. Led the Bruins to the state group AAA championship. Iverson with the steal. 1 man back, and he misses the jam, but he'll get 2 shots. The young man who blocked it was Spencer Mallard, his first.
Mallard, 32.
Bubachuk will go to the free throw line for the first time. There you see the score, an 11-point deficit for Bethel.
And that's just a 6th team foul against the Woodbridge team, which means now we watch the replay.
Mallard did a good job of getting back, and you know he did a good job of defending on that play. He was not going to allow the dunk, and it was a good hard foul. The lead cut to 10. In my opinion, Bob, if the Bruins can keep it less than double digits going into the second half and they get Rutland back, I think they still have a very strong chance in this game. And Iverson has been cold, and they're still only down by 9. So Bruins got to tighten the D.
So not only have the Bruins been cold, but they have given up a lot of easy points.
And Dante Travis got a pretty hard shot to the chest. The ball will belong to the Bruins, and Dante Travis is gasping for air over here.
He took an elbow right into the gut.
Iverson wants the ball. He wants to make something happen. He's the young man that can do it. He is double teamed. That means somebody's open, obviously. And Rogers forced that pass inside. Trying to get a little better position, but lost the ball on the turnover.
Not a real wise pass.
Well, in heavy traffic like that, Iverson got away with a foul there. He obviously made contact with Dunlap, but none called. 4-3. Stick back, no good. And a second offensive rebound. Boy, I tell you, the Woodbridge team is just killing the Bruins on the board. That statistic Gary shared with me before the game that the Bruins have been out-rebounded. Oh, what a nice no-look pass. And then a what? A foul on Marcus Mackey. That'll be his second.
Marcus Mackey, Bethel.
2 shots coming.
His second foul.
At the free throw line, Marcus Diggs. Here's the replay. Look at Dunlap. Pulls up and then just finds the open man. And a good foul.
Oh, excellent foul. Excellent foul. That way you make the ones on the foul line. No easy one.
Woodbridge has only missed twice while hitting 7, so they're 7 out of 9 from the free throw line. That's fine foul shooting at any level. Diggs perfect from the free throw line. The lead is back to 11. A minute 15 to go. Kelly Rogers back to Iverson. Iverson is fouled. That'll be a 3-point attempt.
No, he's not going to give him. I don't think he's saying what he was shooting. No. It's a 1-and-1. He's not giving him 3.
They're going to say he fouled him before the shot.
No, he's saying he passed the ball. He wasn't shooting it.
Number 3 of the line, Allen Iverson. 1-and-1.
Watch it, Tim. Watch this thing. So he goes up, and then he passes the ball.
How can you possibly say he wasn't shooting?
I don't know. We'll have to let Sam show him this instant replay here.
Iverson missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Those are so crucial when you're down by 11. You've got to hit those. Less than a minute to go.
Cam Cohen, please report to the scores table.
The Vikings, again, very patient. Half a minute to go in the first. 35-24. Teams traded the lead in the early going, but it's been all Woodbridge ever since Rutland went out. 15 seconds to go. Woodbridge trying to hold it for the last shot. Iverson almost got a 5 count, should have one. Oh.
Fouls on Iverson, number 3.
It's amazing that I've watched. This is the 4th game I've watched, and this is the first game that they've called all the little touch fouls. The other 2 games, it was looking like they were getting mugged as we watched the replay here.
Ooh, he had the ball.
Had the ball, and he's going to call a foul. I don't understand. You got the ball.
I mean, he certainly had his body against him, but prior to that, I was watching the official count down a 5-second and no 5-second violation. So Dunlap's first trip to the free throw line, and he misses. And 2 Bruins battle for it. Iverson has it knocked out of bounds, and with 5 seconds to go, the Bruins will have one last chance here. Not sure the Bruins are aware of the time. Travis is. He puts it up at the buzzer. It would have counted had it gone, but it was off the mark. And the Bruins with 11 points.
Well, if you read the article on this Viking team, Tim, they have not let many teams score 50 points this year, and they've held the Bruins to 24 in the first half.
11 points in the period for the Bruins, 19 for Woodbridge. And at halftime, our score, Woodbridge 35, the Bethel Bruins 24. We'll return to University Hall after a brief timeout for the second half. At halftime, the Vikings leading by 11. Tim Cole and Bob Hibbs back at University Hall. The halftime statistics for the Vikings, hitting 13 of 23 for 56.5% from the field. They were 1 of 2 from the three-point range and 8 of 12 from the free throw line. As a team, they had 20 total rebounds to 11, almost doubled the rebounds on the Bruins. For individual statistics for the Vikings, 18 points for Damian Keys. He had 7 of 12. He hit 4 of 5 from the free throw line. He had a total of 8 rebounds to lead his team in that department. Other scorers for the Vikings, 5 points for Brian Dunlap on 2 of 4 from the floor. Jason DeMary, also 2 of 4. He had 5 points. 4 points for Marcus Diggs, 1 of 2. And as I said, the team hit 56.5% in the first half. For the Bruins, Allen Iverson, the leading scorer, just 9 points on 3 of 10 from the field. He hit 1 3-pointer, and he has 1 personal foul. 3 personal fouls on Tony Rutland. Picked those up early in the ball game. Only saw action totaling 13 minutes, and actually I think that.
No. He only saw action about 6 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's.
He was. I don't think it was 2 minutes to go in the first quarter when he sat down.
Yeah. I'm sure Gary's stat on that one is has a glitch in it. Kelly Rogers with 4 points, 2 of 3. Dante Travis, 2 of 6 for 4 points, and Aries Early had 3 points on 1 of 1 from the field and 1 of 1 free throw. 11 total rebounds for the Bruins, 20 for the Vikings. 10 of 25 from the field for 40% for the Bruins. Only 1 of 8 from the three-point range. The Bruins have been hitting in the neighborhood of 50 to 60% of the three-pointers. And this game they've really fallen off. Allen Iverson having a tough night from the field. And of course, Tony Rutland saddled with those 3 personal fouls. He will start the second half, I'm sure. But, the story of the first half truly has to be threefold. 1, Keys has been given too many easy shots. He's got to have someone deny him the ball. 2, Rutland has to play with 3 fouls. He's got to contribute scoring-wise. And 3, Iverson with just 9 points. He averages better than 32 points a game.
Well, Allen has got to not try to do it all himself and get the rest of the team involved. But you're right, they're going to have to really tighten up defensively because that's the whole key, is they're not playing good defense and they're allowing the Keys to get too many easy shots.
Oh, a turnover on the inbounds play. And the second half starts very precariously. Shot missed, rebound is loose, and the Bruins get away. They dodged a huge bullet right there.
Bullet.
Kelly Rogers can't hold on to it. So the Bruins turn it over quickly twice here in the early moments of the second half. Speaking of turnovers, 5 for Woodbridge, 6 for the Bruins in the first half. Not a major telling story. Rutland is back in the lineup, playing with 3. Aries Early is also in there. He's got 2. Ball knocked away, but retrieved by the Vikings. This is Dunlop.
You see who's on 44? Allen Iverson is playing Keys. He's not going to let him get the ball. He did that in the game over at Maury in the semifinals of the Eastern Region. And he told the coach, he says, let me take him, I can stop him, and they won't get the ball to him anymore.
Now they did that late in that game against Maury, and I think the surprise may have caught Maury. Mike Bailey has no choice but to go after him now. Foul on the play will send the Bruins to the free throw line. That is the second on Mallard. First team foul. Allen Iverson will shoot 2 as he hit 2 of 3 from the free throw line, but missed the front end of a very important 1-and-1 late in the first half. And misses badly on this one. Here's your replay. As you see Iverson penetrate, pull up, and then Mallard just couldn't stop his own momentum and ran into Allen. Iverson hits 1 of 2 from the charity line. And the Vikings will bring in Barry Ghosh, and he will replace Mallard, coming out with 2 personals. So not really a foul problem there. Vikings just do get it in. Had to be close to a 10-second violation. Dunlap. And the ball stolen by Rutland. So not only does Rutland score points for you, but he plays good D as well. Iverson penetrates on goes. Dishes for Rogers, and Rogers has it knocked away. It'll belong to, I hesitate to say, the Bruins, I believe.
It's Bruins ball. It was knocked out by the Vikings.
Bruins trailing by 10, 6:34 to go in the third. Again, Rutland to the ball. Tony will fire for three. No. And good position underneath by Marcus Diggs. Rutland has to play real soft on defense. He cannot pick up that fourth foul. This is Keys, guarded by Iverson. Keys with a good move. Damian Keys, I am impressed. He just blew right by a very quick Allen Iverson. Iverson is now double teamed, gets it inside for Aries Early. Early's open for 13, can't hit it. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Who will they give it to? I'm going to say it belongs to Woodbridge.
Communication between the refs, very important.
Woodbridge up by 12. This is Diggs. Diggs in for the easy bucket.
Basket by Diggs.
Marcus Diggs. Iverson is hammered on the way to the hoop. But you know what? He's not going to hurt you as much from the free throw line as he will with those threes and twos.
See, the Bruins can score, they get into their press, but if you don't score, you can't get into your press.
And let's face it, they have not made Woodbridge commit the turnovers. Iverson continues to struggle from the free throw line. Just 3 of 6 for Allen. The perplexed look on his face tells the whole story. And he gets the roll this time. Dunlop picked up by Dante Travis. Bruin defense has to shut them down. They're down by 13. And another easy basket.
They're just going one-on-one against the Bruins and beating them off the dribble.
Charged the foul to Iverson, but I'm not sure that's the right call.
That's the second foul, 34 for Woodbridge at the line. Marcus Diggs.
Yeah, it was Allen was right there. It could have been on either one of them.
So Allen Iverson with his second personal. Diggs missed the attempt. 15-point deficit. The Bruins have got to get untracked. And the stick back too strong. Ball is loose and controlled by Mallard. Dunlap, count it.
They're just, I tell you, Tim, they're just eating the Bethel defense up. They're just going one-on-one against the Bruins. And they get down the lane, going up for the short 6-8-foot jumper, catching a foul and making a basket. That's the best three-point plays you can get. And this could put the Bruins down to 18 if this successful free throw. Watch the replay.
They could have called a foul right there.
In fact, that was much of a foul on the shot.
That was a pretty bad call on the foul on Aries Early. And to the Bruins' benefit, he missed free throw. Iverson with the stick back.
Iverson.
15-point lead for Woodbridge. 4:48. A lot of time remaining. And again, easy shot. It doesn't go. And a foul on the Keys, I believe.
Yes, it was, Tim. It was good position that time by Dante Travis for the rebound.
Foul on Damian Keys.
That's 2 on Keys. You'd kind of like, if you're a Bruin fan, you'd like to see him with 4 right now.
Well,
right now, he's not hurting them.
He's not hurting them this half.
Dante Travis, bad pass inside.
They are helping out with the Bruins on.
Bubachuk, he's got Rutland. Dish it off for Rutland. He's got the 2. That'll get the crowd in the ball game.
Did you see that move by Allen coming down with a man on him? A little patted that ball, and that defensive man didn't know what to do.
Tony Rutland on the line.
Foul
Watch
on the
it.
play.
Oh. See that?
1 shot.
Crowd in the ball game after that play. A chance that the 3-point play could cut the lead to 12 and get some momentum going for the Bruins. That's what they really got to get going right now. Get some steals, get some stops. Still plenty of time. The Bruins can score. They've scored 100 points in 11 different games this year, or excuse me, 8 different games this year. Rutland with just 5 points. Rogers, good block. That's what they've got to do. Lovett Gaither came over and put the ball in the stands.
Well, that's what the Bethel Bruins got to do. They got to help out some on defense when the man breaks down the defensive play of the Bruins and breaks to the basket. Somebody's got to pick him up, make him pass the ball, make him make one more pass.
Bruins trying to step it up a bit. They've got to make a move now. They've got to cut this lead down. They're down by 12 with 4 minutes to go in the third. Again, the Vikings very patient. Spot the open man. Could have taken the 3. Decided instead to work the ball a little longer. Marcus Diggs, easy basket.
Nobody helped. No help defensively.
10 points for Diggs. Kelly Rogers, nice reverse layup.
Kelly Rogers.
You can't change back, exchange baskets though with the Vikings. You got to make some defensive stops.
Kelly Rogers. Lovett Gaither, no, but the stick back is good. Iverson. So Iverson warming up now, and a timeout call. The Bruins have the lead down to 10.
That was a beautiful tip back. I hope we have that on the replay. It was a nice steal that started by, again, defense. Just what Coach Taylor said at the beginning of the game. The steal right here by Kelly Rogers. And he gets the ball to Gaither. And he takes it right on. Doesn't see Allen. But watch Allen follow this shot, Tim. Up above everybody. Nice concentration. Back to kissed her right off the board.
That's how you score 32 points a game and how you're a parade All-American. And I have to say, you know, this could be Iverson's last game this season, and I personally would like to thank him for my basketball excitement this spring and winter.
Not only basketball, but football. He gave us so much excitement so far this school year. It's been unbelievable.
And he's a much maligned young man in the press. There's been an awful lot of things written about him, but I tell you, there's a nicer kid.
He's really not, hey, Tim, he's really not let it bother him. He's not succumbed to any of that pressure. He just goes out and does his job, and you got to take your hat off to him.
Now, if I could just add one personal point, give the kid a chance.
There you go.
So the Bruins with the lead down to 10. It had been 15. The Bruins need to make another stop. They can't do it when Pease gets those kind of shots. Iverson with the hard foul, his third. And Pease was not going to get the easy layup that time, although he did, to his credit, beat Iverson to the basket. Now Iverson has to be a little cautious because that's his third. Keys has been pretty deadly from the free throw line. He has hit 4 of 5.
2 shots.
And he had 18 points in the first half. He's been held to just 2 points here in the third with the defensive shift by Mike Bailey. Keys finds nothing but net. Here's your replay. You'll see it. Good feed inside. He's down low, and Iverson just said, no, you're going to make these at the free throw line. And he only makes 1 of 2.
There's that rim I was talking about. You don't hit it straight, that rim, that ball is going to come back out.
Rutland with a nice move. Tony Rutland. And there's a warning given to Woodbridge for interfering with the ball, or was it against
the Bruins?
The Bruins?
The Bruins for
delay of game. They'll get a warning, and then after that, there'll be a possible technical foul that should occur again. The lead is 9, so the Bruins continue to whittle away at it. 2.5 to go in the third. Need a stop here. Keys, Iverson almost stole it. Boy, that would have been a big play. Rogers blocked it out of bounds. Belongs to the Bruins.
good defensive job by Kelly Rogers. Had he not done that, Keys was wide open. Allen had lost him, and he would have had an easy 2. Again, take your hats off to Kelly Rogers. Great job.
Dante Travis, feed for Rogers, yes. Now the Bruins starting to play like they can.
Kelly Rogers.
The lead is 7, had been 15. Allen is open for the 3, gets inside of 2-point range and hits it.
That's not a bad job. Make him shoot that shot.
He doesn't like that shot. He hasn't taken it. And that time he did, and given a wide open shot, he hit it. Good to his credit. Big set. Allen Iverson for 3, short. And Dante Travis just couldn't get the ball down. Good try by Travis to get the offensive board. 39-48, a 9-point lead for Woodbridge. First time in a while the Bruins have been down under 10. Oh, what a nice move by Diggs, and then Diggs traveled. Did a great job of behind the back dribble to get around his man, but then he dragged his pivot foot when he stopped the dribble. So the Bruins now with a chance to cut the lead back to 7. That's as close as they've been. And a bad pass, but Iverson is able to save it. Dish it off. Rogers, easy 2.
Kelly is always looking for that pass from Allen. And Allen doesn't disappoint him often.
Rutland picks up Mallard. Mallard dishes Keys, and the foul by Rogers. So that won't hurt. That's just 2 on Rogers. And again, you've got to make him shoot him at the free throw line. The Bruins within 7 with a minute and some change. Got a whole fourth quarter to go. This game is up for grabs.
It's the 4th team foul.
The Bruins incredibly prolific in the scoring department as a team. At one point,
2 shots.
they scored 105 points or more in 4 out of 5 games at one stretch in the season. Keys continues his torrid shooting from the free throw line. Here's your replay. Mallard dishing to the open Keys, and then Rogers made sure Keys again did not get the easy 2. And Keys connects from the free throw line. The lead again becomes 9. Iverson with 6 points in the second half. He had 9 in the first. He got 15. Iverson dishes underneath for Gaither. Lovett Gaither has 4. And the Bruins with good pressure on the ball. Mallard, not the young man they want to necessarily handle the ball, but he does a good job of getting it down into the offensive zone.
Back into within 7. Bruins need to make a defensive stop with steal.
Iverson and Rutland each with 3. There's 5-second call, none made. Dunlap, good play by Brian Dunlap. Huge basket. And the buzzer sounds. The Bruins cannot get it away in time. But the Bruins do whittle away at that lead. It was 11 at halftime. It's 9 now. But a much better third period for the Bruins.
Yes. Now you find out what you're made of. Now you have to say, okay, we got 8 minutes. We've got to play our game. We've got to make some defensive turnovers as we watch this last action, the last basket by the Woodbridge team. Bruins are very capable. They've done it all year long. Go ahead, Ted.
No, I wanted that young man to bring me a drink of water. Walked by here with some cold drinks. While it's on my mind, we want to congratulate the Phoebus Phantoms girls team for a tremendous season. They did not get into the finals and repeat their opportunity at the championship game, but Mike Talon's team certainly had a superb season. Just 3 losses all year long, and just had a really tough day against James Madison High School. And our hats off to Mike Talon and the entire Phoebus girls team. A great season. Because they didn't repeat, there should be no reason for them to not hold their heads high and proud of themselves.
You got that right.
I know the entire peninsula is just as proud as they can be of Mike Talon's squad. Iverson with the steal and the jam. Mike Bailey wants full court pressure. He gets it. Oh my. Dante Travis with his 4th.
So I tell you, they are really calling them close.
The Bruins committing their 5th team foul. The lead is 7. The Bruins cannot afford to let them set up. Mallard kicks it around. DeMary out to Dunlop. They spot the open man, blocked by Iverson. Oh, no! So Bubachuk now with 4.
That's his 4th foul.
Here's the replay.
Watch the replay.
Boy, it looked like he got nothing but ball.
He got ball. I guess he got him, but the body was the foul.
Keys finally shows his human side and misses the first of 2. So Iverson, who had only 1 foul at halftime, has picked up 3 here in the second half. And with more than 7.5 minutes to go, he is going to have to be very cautious. He's got 4. Bubachuk, and he is fouled by Dunlop. That'll be Dunlop's 3rd. That'll be a player control foul. That is just the 5th team foul against Woodbridge. 53-45. The Bruins down by 8. They've got the ball. Bubachuk has only hit 1 3. He penetrates, put up the soft runner. No, it's good.
Iverson.
The lead is 6. That's the lowest it's been. But Iverson has to play cautiously. He's got 4 personal fouls.
I tell you, you got to be impressed with the way that Woodbridge runs their offense. They do a great job, good movement.
There's a foul, Kelly Rogers, and that was a good call. He got him squarely on the arm. So the Bruins going to put as much defense in effect as they can, but now that was their 7th team foul. So for the balance of the game, the Vikings will have the 1-1.
Well, if you can, if they miss the front end of this 1-1, not a bad job. This is not a short 2, because you got to get the first one to even get a chance at the second shot.
Diggs 50% for the night, 2 of 4. And he'll get the bonus. There you see the story of the ball game. The lead is 7. Diggs is perfect with both free throws. 8-point deficit for the Bruins. Iverson penetrates, dishes off, easy basket underneath for Dante Travis.
Dante Travis.
He's got 6, and the lead is 6. Tony Rutland with just 7 points on the night. Double team the ball. Dunlap spots the open man. Mallard. Mallard gives to Keys, and Keys finally misses an easy basket. You're just about ready to mark that one in the score column for him. Underneath, and a foul on Keys, his 3rd.
Nice pass by Allen.
Chance to slice that lead to 4.
What is happening in this second half that didn't happen the first half of the Bruin offense is Allen is penetrating, and he's beating the double team. He's penetrating and dishing the ball off for the easy 2 underneath.
Free throw good by Aries early. Here's your replay. You see Allen spot the open man. He's got 2 of them that he could have thrown to, and then Keys picks up the 3rd personal foul. Short, an air ball. So the lead remains at 5, but again, plenty of time, 6:13. And the ball, I thought for a moment was still in my
almost stolen.
Ballard traveled, I don't give the ball back.
That's what you got to do, cause turnovers.
So the Bruins just have to be patient here. They've got the ball and a 5-point deficit. That's really only 2 possessions. Dante Travis had the shot, didn't take it, pumps, shoots, no good. Ball tipped loose and controlled by Woodbridge. Again, those rebounds killing the Bruins.
That's a good chance to cut it to 3.
A little indecision on Travis's part. Joined us late. You're watching the Group AAA semifinals, Bethel and Woodbridge. Woodbridge has led for the better part of this game. They've led by as many as 15. They lead by 5 with 5:23 left. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz, game coming to you from University Hall on the campus of the University of Virginia. Dunlap, he misses the easy shot. So finally, Woodbridge missing some of those easy layups that they made all the time. 3-point attempt, no good. Long rebound came out to Dante Travis. He'll penetrate, put it off the glass. No, tip.
No, he missed that call. That was hit by the Woodbridge team out of bounds. It's coming right towards us. I saw that.
They got a man all alone. Keys down the length of the floor. Easy basket. Oh, what a breakdown on defense that was. Now a stoppage in play as Travis will come out. And in his place will come Marcus Mackey. The lead is 7. Could have been 3. This is a 2. No good. And Dunlap decides to slow it down. Had a chance to break with it, but said, hey, let's wear some time off this clock.
Not a bad move. Not a bad move. You're up by 7. The pressure is definitely on the Bruins.
4.5 to go. Bruins down by 7. Bill Robinson with a 169-45 coaching record, and you can see why. His teams are extremely well coached. And there's a backcourt violation. That ball will go over to the Bruins.
Bruins are getting some opportunities there. They got to take advantage of it. There's plenty of time. 4:26, only down 7.
The one shot that has eluded the Bruins in this game is the 3-point attempt.
And you got to say part of that is because of the defense put on by the Woodbridge team.
Iverson playing with 4 personals. Rutland had 3 in the first half, has not picked up his 4th. They want to try the alley-oop. It looked like they were thinking about it. This is Marcus Mackey, no good. Rebound by Lovett. Comes out to Mackey. He's open for a 15-footer, in and out. Got to make those shots. And Keys with the big board.
Right, Tim, you're right. You got to make those.
Uncontested free throws is what they were. 3:50 to go. Still a 7-point lead. And Mallard has it blocked. Keys got the rebound and put it right back in. Damian Keys has just killed the Bruins. Rogers has Keys block the shot. Damian Keys playing the game of his life. First trip ever to the semis for the Vikings. And they will play John Marshall if they can hold on to this lead. But there's a lot of time left in that hypothesis. 59-50. 3:17 left.
Kelly Rogers sits down. Who we got in? Oh, there he is.
Aries Early is back in. Iverson from the corner, no good. And Rutland will be called for his 4th.
Fouls on Rutland, number 4. It's his 4th foul.
So Iverson with 4, Rutland with 4. And fouls have played a big role in this game. Tony Rutland sat out the better part of the first half with 3. Brian Dunlap at the free throw line. He is 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. And this one does not go. Iverson with the rebound. Novichuk, who can't find the 3-point range and has the ball stolen. Dunlap picked his pocket, and Iverson with 4 fouls has to play it real smart. He did. What a heads-up play by Iverson. You know he wanted to go in and block the shot. Shot won't go, and Lovett is fouled. This one will go against Dunlap.
And I know the guy down the other end knew that Allen was going to go try to block the shot. That's why he ended up missing it. He relaxed, expecting to have contact.
That's 4 fouls on Dunlap, and he would be a huge loss should he be unable to finish this game. He's been the quarterback on this team.
2 shots.
2 shots coming for Lovett Gaither. 4 points in the game, 2 rebounds, 2 of 3 from the field, and he misses the first of 2. His first trip to the free throw line.
Walk. He caught the ball, Tim, took 3 steps and threw it in, and nobody blew a whistle. I guess you can pack his suitcase. They're not going to call traveling.
Bruins want to get the ball to either Rutland or Iverson. They get it to Rutland, and Rutland goes down hard. Mallard. Mackey with the block. Bruins need to get the ball to a ball handler. They're having some trouble. 2:20 to go. Still a 9-point deficit. Marcus Mackey, and he changed his shot. Aries Early got it.
He didn't change it. He actually made a pass that time. That was a great job by Mackey because he was going to shoot the ball. Changes mind, passed the ball. We got 2:12 and we're down to 7. Defensive stops are the big thing for the Bruins. They're going to have to hit some quick baskets, stop the clock. If they can get the Vikings to foul them and they can make some foul shots, then you're making baskets and you're making points while the clock is stopped. Watch some of the action here. This is Marcus Mackey's Nice defense. Good block by Marcus Mackey, number 33 for the Bruins.
10 of 28 for Rutland and Iverson in the ballgame. You're looking at right around, what, 35, maybe 40%.
And here we watch the nice pass to Aries early. Tim, and and the Bruins, those two young men are not shooting very well. And sometimes you try too hard, but also there is a lot of pressure. Allen is being double-teamed constantly. Tony had to sit out almost a whole first half with 3 fouls. You get in a rhythm if you're a shooter. And neither one of them could get into a rhythm. Every time Allen turns around, he's double-teamed. And it's tough. I don't know how he's got as many points and assists as he's got, but
well, a great game and a great season for the whole Bethel team, but it's not over with yet. Down by 7, 2:05 to go. The Bruins need some stops. And certainly to Woodbridge's benefit, they have played a great game plan. Rutland and Iverson each with 4, so they've got to be cautious.
This is a well-coached team, this Woodbridge team.
They do it all, except that time they turn it over. Gaither with the intercept. Dish it off. Rutland for 3. Yes! And Mike Bailey calls timeout. The lead is 4 with 1:24 to go.
They could turn quick with those 3-pointers. Allen Iverson was going up for the shot, had the ball stripped, gathered the ball in with enough presence of mind to hit Tony for the 3-pointer. Big assist.
A huge play.
Watch this, Tim. He loses the
defense.
ball.
Look at that.
And still has presence of mind to find a man.
And the man was Rutland, who canned his first 3 of the ballgame. One timeout remaining for the Bruins. 2 timeouts left for Woodbridge, we are informed. And the 2 mascots are going to meet at one end of the stadium, the Viking and the Bruin, and they peacefully separate without any major problems.
Well, I don't know. The Viking could win if he had his sword, but if he didn't have his sword, he'd go on top of that Bruin.
So the Bruins down to real crunch time now. And a timeout before a 5-second violation could be called.
And they have 1 timeout, if I heard you correctly just a second ago.
Each team with 1 now. We want to take this opportunity to thank the very fine people here at the University of Virginia for all of their cooperation in our preparations to bring you this basketball game. And we couldn't do it without their help, and certainly our crew needs to be commended. Scotty Bowers, our director, our producer, Dr. Sam Stills, our camera people, as always, ESPN, Ron Baton, Jerome Young, and Melvin CBS Hooker, Alan Parker manning the instant replay, Bev Penn with the graphics. Great job, as always. Gary Moore doing the statistics. And what's his first name? Don?
Don Bell.
Don Bell, yeah. We've got to thank everyone. We really appreciate all of the efforts. There you see our camera crew, the hours and hours
You think
of
it's warm
preparation.
down here. You can bet it's hot up at that end.
But hours of preparation to bring you these games. This crew is a dedicated bunch of men and women, and we greatly appreciate all their efforts, and I hope you enjoyed our coverage of basketball. There are 1 minute and 24 seconds left in this ball game. The Bruins down by 4. This is as close as they've been in quite some time. And the ball almost stolen. Bubachuk again tipped it. And a foul called on Woodbridge.
Wow.
Marcus Diggs called for his 4th personal foul. That will be 1 and 1 time. A chance to cut the lead to 2, and an eternity in time remaining, 1:19.
Those 5 seconds came off that clock. 2 good jobs right there.
23, Dante Travis at the line, 1 and 1.
And there you saw the foul.
Big. This first one is very big, because if you don't make it, you don't get the second one. Concentration is the key.
Short, but Iverson with the rebound. Out for the three. Dish it off. Love it. And he double dribbled. So the Bruins squander a golden opportunity to cut further into that lead. They could have made it 2 or even 1. Not to be that time. 1:14 remaining. Woodbridge again having difficulty getting it in. They do, in fact, and Rutland got a shoulder in the mouth for his efforts. And then Gaither picked up the personal foul, just his second.
That was an excellent foul, though, Tim. Really
Tony Rutland checking for blood. He got a shoulder in the mouth. 1:10 left in regulation. Free throw line, Marcus Diggs. He is 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. Again, that 1-and-1 so crucial. You make the first, you get the bonus.
Must get that first one and get the bonus. Very true.
And this one does not go in, but 2 Bruins battle for it. Finally controlled by Iverson. Bubachuk. Bruins down by 4. Iverson, yes! And the Bruins call their final timeout. 1 second less than a minute to go.
I tell you what, Tim, you could feel the excitement over from the Bruins side, and you could feel a little bit of apprehension coming from the Vikings. Had a big lead. They got just one click under a minute, and there's a 2-point lead. Big job by Allen Iverson, and a great rebound underneath the basket. Off.
Unbelievable.
Whoa.
Take a deep breath, loosen the tie. I've kept it on the whole game. I don't know how.
Good shot of Calvin Mansfield and his wife Diane and their daughter up there at the top. Both of those teachers at Bethel High School.
Well, you talk about a determination. This Bethel team could have just folded up their tent and headed for the hills down by 15, and they refused to do so.
You're right, Tim. They have not given up.
There are no timeouts remaining for the Bruins, so they cannot call another timeout. Now, they've got to keep pressure on the ball. I'm going to see how they're going to do this. They're not going to defend the ball. They're going to have no one on the ball itself. Oh, Rutland almost got a hand on that ball. Rutland with 4, Iverson with 4. They got Keys handling the ball. I don't think that's what Woodbridge would like. And a foul on Gaither. 1-and-1 time. 52
seconds. That's not the man to call a foul. I believe he's been rather good from the foul line.
Foul on Gaither.
That's number 34, Marcus Diggs. He's their leading rebounder. Averages almost 11 points a game. As you can see, only 7 clicks went off the clock that time.
1-and-1.
Even if he makes them, he's still got plenty of time. He is so smooth at the foul line. Really has great follow-through.
The lead is 3. Mike Bailey does not have another timeout. Woodbridge does have one. Marcus Diggs misses the free throw, but got his own rebound, and is he able to hold it? Yes. Belongs to Woodbridge. 48 seconds to go. Double team on the ball, and Keys calls the final timeout.
He could have very well been called for an offensive foul by throwing his elbows, but he didn't. That is the last timeout for either of the clubs. 40 seconds to go. Bruin put good pressure this time on the inbounds. Get a steal, can go down and cut it to 1. Or with the 3, could tie it up.
Got to get the ball back first. Neither team with a timeout remaining. How about you? Let's look at some stats here real quickly for the game. The Bruins hitting 24 of 57 for 42%. Woodbridge 22 of 41 for 53.7%. Big story in this game, 2 of 14 from the three-point range for Bethel. Free throws, they've hit 7 of 16. They've been subpar in that area. Anytime you're below 50%, that's not particularly good. On the other side of the coin, 15 of 26 for Woodbridge. They have played very well at both ends of the court. Woodbridge with 10 additional free throws over the Bruins. Bruins again choose not to guard the ball. Ball, tie up, jump ball, and the possession gives the ball to the Bruins.
Ball goes over to the Bruins. Good job by Allen Diverson. 4 fouls, Tim. That's a gutsy ball.
Half a minute to go. You've got to do what you got to do. No timeouts remain for either team. Babachuk with the ball. Bruins trail by 3 for 3. Got it!
We got a tie game. What was that? Either a walk or a...
The Bruins have to avoid the easy basket. 9 seconds. 7. Dunlap blocked. And a foul called. And Dunlap is down and hurt.
Who would they call a foul on?
Lovett Gaither called for the personal. A cramp apparently in Dunlap's leg. 4 seconds remain. We're tied at 60. Here's the replay.
Well, now he's got to go. He's got to come out of the play. If he's the foul player, he cannot stay in. They have no timeouts.
There you saw what appeared to be a good block.
They have to bring in somebody new. They can't leave. He can't be in.
Four seconds remaining in regulation. 60-60.
Four seconds. Whoa.
The Bruins.
What a big three-pointer. And I don't know if we got that on replay, Tim, but he was at NBA range on that three-pointer.
Yeah, that was 5 feet behind the line. 60-60. I don't care. If the Bruins don't win the game, you got to take their hat off to them. I know I'm speaking as a Peninsula fan and a Bruin fan.
Watch the replay. Go ahead.
But what a comeback. 15 points down. There you see it. Look, a good 8, maybe even 10 feet behind the three-point line. Nothing but net. But now, boy, a long break in the action. They're still trying to work out that cramp in Dunlap's leg. He is able to get up.
Well, what you got to do now, I don't know who the new man is going to come in, but they got to bring somebody in off the bench. It looks like number 30's coming in, Tim. I don't know what kind of statistics he has, but he's shooting 2 shots. So it's a little less pressure when you got 2.
But it's a lot of pressure no matter what. Here you are, 4 seconds to go.
You'd be surprised how little pressure there is after you make the first one. If you make the first one, I'm sorry. Not after, but if.
Neither
because
team.
then you really relax. But if you miss that first one, then that second one becomes much, much harder.
Neither team with a timeout remaining. A brick.
Now it really becomes hard.
Tough spot for a young man to come in. Boy, my heart goes out to this young man.
What you got to do here is block out.
Ball is loose. 1 second remains.
No. Still 1 second.
Should be 1 second. 1 second.
Whew. So we're going to overtime.
That's a easy thing for you to say, because they've still got 1 second, and with Keys in the lineup, this game is anything but in overtime at this point. I don't mean to dispute that with you. Poor Barry Ghosh, or however you pronounce his name.
What you got to do here, Tim, is watch out for any lob, because it's got to be a real quick catch the ball, put it up that fast.
You can't let Keys get that ball, and you can't get a man open. He puts it up. No good. We're in overtime.
Whoa! People are going to get their money worth. What a $5 ticket. This team beat South Lakes in a double overtime by 1 point. This team being the Woodbridge Vikings. There's Dave Chubb.
Yep.
Behind him, Alan Inslee. And his wife, Suzanne. And there's Big Brian off to the left. He's the one that does all the printing.
Bruins held Woodbridge to 8 points in the fourth period while scoring 17 of their own. Now you got to remember, there's a couple of factors here. We got some players with some foul problems. Iverson and Rutland both with 4, including Dante Travis. So you got 3 starters with 4 fouls. Other side, Brian Dunlap has got 4. Marcus Diggs has got 4. Keys has 3. The difference in this has been the denial of the ball to Keys in the second half of the ball game, and the Bruins are on a roll. They've just got to stay away from the foul. Boy, I tell you, win, lose, or draw, like I said before, it looked this promising for the Bruins. You got to take their hat off. These kids could have quit, and they haven't.
If you can watch Allen Iverson, he's running around giving everybody high fives and just fire them up. Let's get going.
I know, I just got to feel sorry for Barry Ghosh, the young man who had to come off the bench, have not shot a free throw. What a tough spot. Tough spot. My heart goes out to him. You got to have some empathy for him. But nonetheless, 3 minutes of overtime. Each team is given at least 1 timeout, maybe 2. Tap controlled by Woodbridge. Each team is restored to 1 timeout, I'm told. Mallard kicks it out to Dunlop. Again, the Bruins have to continue to pay that defense. And the Vikings turn it over.
Defensive pressure caused that turnover. Bad pass. Again, because Allen Iverson went down and put pressure, double teamed underneath on Keys.
Bubba Chuck hit a 3 from NBA range a little while ago to tie this game up. In and out. Stick back, love it, yes!
Their big basket gives Bruins the edge for the first time in a long time.
They haven't led since early in the ball game. I think they last led at 9-7. And turn it over, give it to the Bruins.
Defense, that's what it's called, defense.
8 points is all they allowed Woodbridge. They scored 16, 19, and 17 until the fourth period. The Bruins shut them down. Bethel up by 2 in overtime. 2:08 to go. Bubachuk drives. Put it up. No. Tried to get his own rebound, and boy, they got a break. Looked like Bubachuk might have knocked it out.
That looked pretty close. It looked like a Bruin knocked it out of bounds.
Bruins got a break. Ball comes into the backcourt. Now, the Bruins could hold the ball if they wanted to, but that's not their game.
No.
They could. There is no shot clock.
But they may spread it out, which is not a bad move. That you can't double team Allen.
Got the open man. Lovett Gaither got it!
The man you don't expect to step up. Lovett Gaither is doing a job.
4-point lead. 4 points in the overtime for Gaither. Dunlap gives Marcus Diggs. Diggs travel. No, jump ball. Possession, Merrill.
Jump ball.
Bruins.
Goes to the Bruins. 3 possessions, and Woodbridge has come away empty-handed. Now you spread it out. You got to spread it out. We got a timeout.
Woodbridge calls the time.
1:20. Spread it out. And I tell you why, if you split it out, you cannot double team Allen. You cannot double team Tony. If you do, Levitt Gaither and Kelly Rogers going to be opening up the basket. Whoa, what a comeback.
Here's a replay of the last basket.
There are people, there are people, Tim, that were getting ready to leave. Watch this move. Nice job.
What a great job against a tough man, too. Keys.
Touch by Gaither.
Levitt Gaither with 2 of his biggest baskets ever, I'm sure.
Derry looks pale.
My mouth is so dry right now. But it ain't over yet, folks.
And Sam's trying to... Sam has been trying to calm me down, but climbing on my shoulders.
All right, the Bruins, but this isn't over with yet. The Bruins got to play smart. They got 3 key players with 4 personal fouls. Bruins have 1 timeout remaining. And Woodbridge should have none if they each were given 1. Mike Bailey, God, you got to give this young man a lot of credit. He has fought with this team. He has scrapped with this team. He has just toughed it up, and they have played their hearts out.
The whole crew, Findall Taylor, Bobby Granger, James Daniels, Ron Moore, Ray Burton, and Gary Moore, along with Mike Bailey. They have just done a fantastic job with this Bruin basketball team all year.
Woodbridge not guarding the ball. Gaither got it!
Yes.
Levitt Gaither with 6 points in the overtime. 110. Dunlap, and he is fouled, and he's fouled by, I believe,
Dante Travis. That'll be all for Dante. That'll probably bring in Kelly Rogers. No, it looks like Mackey.
You know, Kelly Rogers has played very little here in the 4th and in the overtime.
Well, you don't want him in there if Levitt Gaither scored all your points.
No, I'm not questioning why. I was just making the observation.
Yeah, well, watch this shot. And look at the position the Bruins had. They would have got the rebound, put it back up. Nice job by Dante Travis. We got to come up with the player of the game, Tim.
Right now, I got no problem with the player of the game. Right now, I just want to see the final score. My player of the game is Levitt Gaither, or Tony Rutler, or Allen
I was
Iverson.
thinking Dante Travis.
Dante Travis played, but how do you deny Gaither 6 points in the overtime?
You can't.
But let's not worry about that right now.
Got it.
Take care of business. Dunlap, free throw line, got it. 2 of 4 for.
But even if he makes it,
Dunlap.
They have to have 2 possessions.
And the Bruins got to play smart. They've lost 1 player to the foul round already. Dante Travis finishes the game with 6. Dunlap, both free throws. The lead is 4. Babachuk goes to the ball. He's got a man open in the corner. Babachuk is fouled. No! Or yes, which way is it?
We're calling a foul on Allen. That's it. 5. Allen,
Allen Iverson, and that's his 5th foul.
That's going to put a lot of pressure on Tony Rutland to bring that ball up.
1:01 to go.
And Marcus Mackey, because those are your 2 ball handlers now, with Dante Travis and Allen both fouling out. Hindsight says Allen should have pulled it back out, got some points off the clock, had a man underneath, passed the ball. A lot of things you could have done.
Less than a minute to go. 4-point lead. Stolen by Rutland. Dish it off. Gaither 2. 44 seconds. The lead is 6. Dunlap. Keys should be offense. No. Oh,
I can't believe they're going to call that on.
Two shots.
Damian Keys at the free throw line as we are back here at Charlottesville. Overtime. The Bruins leads by 6, but Keys has been deadly, and he continues to be. He's only missed 3, and he has made 8 of 11. 28 points for Damian Keys. The lead is 5. He can cut it to 4. And he does. And with the stoppage in play, this will give Robinson a chance to make substitutions and set his defense. Not a bad move by Will Robinson, of course. 38 seconds to go. Iverson is out of the game. Dante Travis out of the game. Both of them have fouled out, so the Bruins with a 4-point lead. And the turnover. Good smart move by Mallard not to touch the ball, because then it comes back underneath their basket where it was last inbounds.
Big turnover.
No time went off the clock
pressure.
either.
And I see what Woodbridge is doing right now. They're trying to get offensive defense in, but the 2 men that came out cannot come back in because no time went off the clock.
The Bruins need a stop here. Dunlap penetrates, dishes off to the open man. Shot partially blocked. Blocked again, but a foul is called on Marcus Mackey. 32 seconds to go in the first overtime, 68-64. Game is far from over. Here's some of the replay. Good defense by Mackey on the first shot. Good follow-up by the young man coming off the bench. That is Marcus Griffin, who has just come in the game late. And this will be his first visit to the free throw line.
And he's shooting 2. Yeah.
That one looked bad from the moment he let it go.
But now you got to do a great job of blocking out and getting the defensive rebound.
That one looked much better, and it was. Griffin with his first point. And again, with the stoppage of play, Will Robinson substitutes players. Stanley Allen comes in for Griffin. And the Bruins so Damian Keys will stay in the ball game. Bruins with 32 seconds left. This time they get it into Rutland, and he will be at the free throw line with 1 and 1 as the blocking foul is called.
And the reason
on
that was
Dunlap.
a blocking foul, Tim, is you got to give him time. You got to give him room to come down, and they didn't do it. Is that 5 on that young man?
I have it as 5. I could be wrong.
It is. It's 5.
So both teams now have lost key players. Dunlap, who had 11 points unofficially for the night, will foul out. With just 1 second came off the clock during that play.
I guess they called the timeout.
No, Robinson has a full minute to substitute for a player who is fouled out.
I know, but can you call your whole team over and have a timeout?
Sure.
I guess so.
No, Gary's wondering about that. They have a minute to replace the player who fouled out. And now they're going to be told to break the huddle. So, you know, Robinson, I got to give this young man credit. This coach over here at Woodbridge, he's got it all together. 169 victories and 45 losses in 8 years. You know he's done a good job. Tony Rutland, only 1 free throw attempt, and that early in the ballgame. He's got the 1 and 1 staring at him. A 3-point lead for the Bruins. Huge free throw. Got it.
That's the shooter's bounce. Gives you 4-point lead, Tim. That's 2 possessions now. For the Woodbridge has to have 2 possessions.
69-65, 31 seconds left in the first overtime. Rutland had to work the last one in. This one he gets nothing but net. Clock starts, half a minute and moving. Mallard for 3, no good. And the rebound to the Bruins. And Gaither is fouled. 1-and-1 coming for this young man with 22 seconds left.
He can salt it away.
He's got 12 points. In overtime, the Bruins have scored 10 points while only 5 for Woodbridge. Gaither has 6 of those 10.
As Chubb, he gets more airtime than the guy I know of. They ought to zero in on Jared, the young man next to him. That's his son.
Lovett Gaither got the 1-and-1.
Big one, 6 points. Tim, if he makes this, and that's 3 possessions.
You can't celebrate yet, though, guys. 22 seconds remaining.
A lot can happen in 22 seconds. They can score, call a timeout, cause a turnover. A lot of things can happen.
Tony Rutland knocked it loose. Down come Woodbridge. 3-point attempt. Short. Ball batted out of bounds. Belongs to the Bruins. 13 seconds remaining.
Oh, wow. We are going to be here tomorrow night.
I don't even want to count that chicken until it hatches. Stick around. We're going to have a post-game interview or two. Hopefully a jubilant Bruin post-game interview. The ball into Rutland, and Rutland is fouled. 1 second came off, and Rutland got hit pretty hard on the hip.
What a great job, Tim. What a great job. I'm going to try to talk to some people after the game. I'm going to try to get a hold of Levitt Gaither. That's who I'm going for, the game player of the game.
No question about it. And to take nothing away from the whole team, because it was a team effort. They could not have done it with one man. There's no way that they could have done it that way. But Gaither with the big points in overtime. 1-and-1 for Tony Rutland. A 6-point lead. He could put this one on ice. A team not to be denied. They have fought and scratched and clawed their way from a 15-point second half deficit. And in overtime, they lead by 7. Damian Keys, an air ball. Ball belongs to the Bruins. 4 seconds to go. It's championship time for the Bruins.
What a great job.
The Bruins will take on John Marshall Saturday night. 1 second to go. Rutland stepped out of bounds.
Hey, Tim, let me interrupt. I got Mr. Bailey, the principal here for Bethel High School. What did you say about the fat lady singing?
I think she's starting to hum right now, buddy. I tell you what, Sam and I was just talking. It's over. We won it, man. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
The Bethel Bruins, you gotta believe these young men just would not give up. I just can't, there's nothing I can say at this point except what an effort by this team. Tony Rutland saddled with 3 personal fouls in the first half. Allen Iverson fouls out of the ball game. Dante Travis fouls out of the ball game. Rutland comes back, never picks up the 5th foul. He added in the second half, Rutland did, 11 points to finish with 13 for the night. Love it, David. Go ahead, Bob.
Tim, let me talk to you. You are a player of the game. You really came through in the overtime. 3 shots. What happened?
I just had to step up since everybody was getting in foul trouble, and I just stepped up and did all I could.
You have a lot of confidence in this short jumper, I take it.
I mean, I got that from practicing with Tony, Aries, and all of them. You know, they make me work harder in practice, so they're just making me better.
Well, listen, congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Tim, let's go right over to you.
All right, Bob, you've got some other players.
Oh, listen. Yeah, I got Tony. Tony, first half, you get 3 quick ones. I know it's got to have taken you out of your rhythm, but boy, you come back the second half and stepped up in overtime.
Yeah, the coaches said that you had to step up in the second half because I didn't really play that much in the first half. But the credit is to Lovett. The bench played real well today, especially Lovett in the key and down the line.
Well, this is one thing that was hurting the Bethel Bruins at the first of the year was the bench, but boy, your bench has really gotten strong.
Real strong. I mean, everybody's stepping up. It's state. I mean, it's second half of the season, new season. Last game of the season, baby. That's all we wanted.
Okay, congratulations. See you tomorrow night. Hey, we got two happy people here. Let me tell you, a lot of people we'll have to hold him up, Alan. Alan, fantastic job. Double teamed all night. It kind of gets frustrating sometimes, but you got your cool and you did a good job.
It's frustrating, but sometimes it's easy. You got people like Lovett Gaither stepping up like that. That's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for.
I tell you, Coach, your bench, you got to really be proud of your bench.
All our kids. I mean, we practice hard. This is where we get better in practice. I have nothing to say. Talk to this man here because I'm beat.
Okay, well, congratulations, Mike. Alan, listen, you've had a lot of things written about you and everything, but you have put that behind you. And, you know, I don't know that I could have done what you've done and just let it put that beside you and come out and play basketball and just do what you should do.
I'm just surrounded by some good people, man. There's a lot of people behind me. There's a lot of people against me. I just love just being around my team and my coaches. They help me out a lot.
Well, I tell you, you've got to be real happy with the way the bench and the rest of the kids play, because you could have given up after that first half.
They stepped up. That's what they're supposed to do. They stepped up. They had a job and they did it.
Well, listen, congratulations. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night, Alan. Okay, Tim, let's go back over to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. And again, I just can't congratulate.
Hey, hold it. There, let me get this young man. Dante, you're the defensive specialist, but you stepped up first half, hit a couple of field goals, get your rhythm back. You did a good job offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I took my time, tried to work hard at practice because last week, my shot wasn't seem to be falling. So I tried to work hard at practice, get my shot on for this weekend. I get in the game, it just felt good when I shot it. Just kept on trying to do it.
Well, I know you got to be proud of the bench and the rest of the way the kids played, but you did a great job tonight.
Thank you.
All right, good enough. We'll see you tomorrow night.
All right.
All right, Tim, now we're over to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. And again, our congratulations. The semifinal victor in overtime, trailed 15 points, never gave up. Eventually won by 5 in overtime, 72-65. Big points by Lovett Gaither in overtime earns him our player of the game, but there could have been a half a dozen players of the game. Iverson hitting the NBA three to tie the ball game. That was the tying points on that three-pointer. But the team, and everybody talks about Iverson, everyone talks about Rutland, but this team won this game.
And this is what Coach Bailey said. He says, people don't forget that these young men practice against the starters all year long, and every day they're playing against these people. They went out, stepped up, Tim, and just did an excellent job. I run out of superlatives to say, but the bench did what his bench is supposed to do. They step up when the pressure was on, and they didn't fold.
A team that was just too determined to not to give up, and they won the ball game in overtime by 5. High scorer Allen Iverson, 24 points off his average. Rutland, 13 points, saddled with foul trouble early in the game. 10 points for Kelly Rogers, 13 points for our player of the game, Lovett Gaither, 6 points for Aries Early, and 6 points for Dante Travis. Gutsy game by a gutsy team. We'll be back here, and you can see the championship game right here on Channel 5, your television station for sports in Hampton. Final score again in overtime. The Bethel Bruins make it to the championship game, 72-65 over a terrific Woodbridge team. For Bob Hintz, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.